Okay, we are live, and I got so much stuff going on the screen. This is crazy. Trying to keep it all organized. It's not. So let's do this for 1 second. All right, so you're going to see me moving back and forth. All right, so I came on last night. I did a really quick video showing you sort of this chain from our software called HitStation to into Suno and creating a song in under 7 minutes. So, and then I looked at it. It's like every time I switch back between myself and every time I switch back between myself and the screen, you guys couldn't hear the music. So that's on me. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do a different song. We're gonna use different music this time. But still, like and share. This is not gonna be long. Um, we will come back and just talk specifically about this software called HitStation. It's my friend calling me because she doesn't know that I'm live. It's not her fault. Um, Any hoozles. Hold up. It'll be fun just to tell her that though. Say, hey, I'm live. Why you bother me? Um, she's like, oh shoot. I like that. It's fun for me. Anyway, like I said, like and share. Send this to people who you know are into this sort of thing. Uh, Send it to those who you know are against and hate this sort of thing, right? Because we want all of it. But I'm doing this in part one because I can, but to show the possibilities, but to show where things are going. I don't think that I'm breaking any new ground by having software that will write a lyric for you. But because you can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, write me lyrics about blah, 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 blah. But we have two things going on in here. Matter of fact, let's just go over here and take a look. I think, okay, I had to make sure that was going to be right. Okay, I think I got it. Um, so inside this software, there is a methodology, right? We call it the Hitmaker methodology, which understands across 10 different genres how to formulate or build a song that has the potential to be a hit. Now, um, depending on the genre, like there's a lot of variables in here. I'm not here to try to get you to understand the variable, but to understand what this means in terms of being able to generate or create music. Now, so let's keep it a buck. Like I could go in here and I could just start, I could type my lyrics and I can do all that other stuff, and that's great. But what if you're a person who can't write, but you have music that you want to do or use? See, that becomes a challenge. So I'm thinking of, let's see if I can how I can get this to you so you can hear it. Um, so I have this little we'll call it a ditty, right? And it's just a loop. It's pretty simple. Uh, It's not going to do a ton. A little bit of guitar, a little shaker, and then of course you can imagine there'll be right. We get ourselves a little drums. Then there'll be a little bass sort of thing. But this is just a loop. There's nothing sophisticated in here. And so writing a song that has a structure with verses, with a chorus or a hook over the same loop. I mean, we do this all the time, right? Because this is what music has become. So if you're listening to that, let's just say I want to pull something, I want to do something poppy out of this. You see the different genres I can choose from. Um, we could do something Latin. That might be fun. Hmm, that could be fun. Uh, let's just go R&B, right? And so the name of that song is, I think it's something like The Way You Are, right? Uh, so we're going to give it a title, and then we get to choose something. So notice as soon as I choose R&B, it's giving me the range. That's a typical range in beats per minute for R&B music, and it tends to be more intimate. But so The Way You Are, this is more. Let's go with Desire, and yeah, that's it. And then for my hook type, I'm gonna go with that thing going like that. I want something lyrical, maybe to keep it interesting. So we're gonna do melodic, so we know it's gonna move and not do that monotone thing. And then lyrical. Now again, this is lyrical and then conceptual, but this is the hook type. So this is what gets sort of baked into mostly the hook for this particular song. I'm working on a new AI artist, Aiden Kai, and the theme is we're just going to say, uh, don't change. All right. We'll say, yeah, uh, that's going to be our primary theme. And I can pull, this is really powerful here that you can pull from like a cultural context, like what's hot now. But again, let's just do this. Don't change. Um, Stay as you are, and we'll say perfect in every way. Let's go with that. And this is really it, right? Just doom de doom doom. And we have our lyrics. All right. So we have an intro, and then right here, stay as you are, don't change. And last time we didn't really look at the verse. But let's just pay attention to the verse here. Moonlight on your face, silent in the dark, um, pulls me apart. So we got a rhyme theme here. Every word you say, I memorize the sound. Loving you was wrong. I never want it right. Into my heart. Okay, not bad. Then we have a pre-chorus. That's a kind of a new trend. Like when I came up, we weren't really writing a lot of pre-choruses. Like you might have a transition into a hook, but you have those, and then but this is kind of what matters, right? Don't change, stay this way with me. Perfect in your flaws, I believe. Don't change. You're my gravity. I like that. Hold me close. It's all I crave. Don't change. Stay as you are. Not bad. So if I want, I can go in here and edit this. So like I said, I don't like a word in here. I can just go in here and change those words. Um, or I can say, hey, nice try. Regenerate that. And so I can rebuild portions of this song. So if I don't like this pre-chorus, I can just hit regenerate. Just give me another one. All right, but let's keep it moving. What I want you to see here, though, these are the things that we chose, but this is actually interesting. So it scored this as an 84. Right now, it doesn't know what music I'm going to put to this because we have tons of options of that. I can go on the Suno, have Suno build the music, but I have my own. Um, and for you, those of you who think this is cheating, um, yeah, I hope little sparks just fly off your head. Um, Because if you don't think this is already being done, then you're completely naive. You are John Henry, and I don't say that in any mean way. I just want you to know. But anyway, but let's look here because again, in AI, while AI will do a lot of things for you, there's always an opportunity to learn. And since I've built this software, I've actually learned more about the structure of songs and hooks. Like this little element up here that it said high performing songs deploy multiple hook classes. I did not know that, at least not explicitly. So I'm learning and I get to see all these different components, but even with the score of 84, it's telling me ways that I can improve this song, enhance hook distinctiveness, right? Okay, so maybe I get a better one. Maybe I go in there and write it myself. And then there's more of the methodology explained. right? So while it's an easy button, it's not without opportunities to learn and get better. And then it's saying, okay, the instrumentation, the length should be 3 to 4 minutes. These are the primary instruments. Um, the vocal recommendations are here, and then we can export um, the Suno version of these lyrics. And what I mean by that is in Suno, there's notation that you can use to basically show it how to deliver the vocals, right? Do you want harmonies, you know, stacked or ad libs or things like? There's a lot of things that you can do, but what this software does is it includes those automatically, so it makes it a bit easier for you because you don't have to do all those notations. So let's just pop over to Suno. I'm going to go into create here. Um, all right, and we're going to go into custom. It's trying to instruct me on stuff because I don't usually run this from here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is let's go get the music. All right. Now that song is called, oh, okay, Just the Way You Are at the top. Awesome. Uh, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up a little bit. You see it's 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm just going to close this up some because it's basically doing the same thing. It's not a lot going on, and I don't want a super long song here. So I'm going to say save that. We're going to cover this, and then we're going to say continue. So let it load that, and then we'll fill in the other elements, and then we'll push the button and see what we get. Mm. What's up, Joey? What do you think of this software, man? It's pretty crazy, right? Okay, so we have our music. We have our music. I'm going to bring in a persona. Like I said, I'm working on a new AI artist. You see Damone here, but it's actually Jaden Kai is his name. I think I still have my lyrics pasted here. Good. All right, so let me just show you this real quick too. Um, with the lyrics, so we had the words. Remember, I told you it was going to bake in. Thanks, Joey. It was going to bake in, sort of these additional sort of production notes, right? Notations, I think I called it. So notice style R&B, smooth, syncopated, emotional core, building tension, yearning intensity. So there's a lot of every time you see these brackets, these are instructions, ad libs, telling again how to deliver it. Like all these things are being embedded into the lyrics by HitStation to help with the delivery. Now, what I see right away is we'll see how long this song is going to be. To me, I'm just looking at the lyrics; it feels long. But we're gonna rock with it for now. All right, but let's go back and grab some of the other information that it gave us because I think it's going to make just so we get the whole experience, right? So copy for Suno. So this is the instrumentation piece. So that's going to go down here in the style. Um, put that there. And I think I want to grab this other stuff in the vocal recommendations. Let's say smooth, vocal, male, and female, tenor range. Um, let's not go with that. It doesn't matter because we're just giving this a first pass. Uh, yeah, all right. And then we hit create, and then things happen over here. So you see, we're gonna get to two versions of this. So it's going to take a minute to do that. So let's go back to Hit Station, show you a couple other things that we can do here. So I showed you, let me go ahead and save this. And I'm going to mark this as complete. Uh, what I want to show you, I just want to show you a couple of features of this software. Again, we're going to come back on and and demo this fully, but I can have revision histories here. So if I start to make revisions to this, they all get stored. They'll get stored here, so you can go back to a prior version if there's something you change and you want to go back. Think that's pretty cool. And then folders, right? So if I have another instance of this application that has like 20 something songs by different genres. So I built the feature to have folders just to make it easier to organize that stuff. What's another thing that I want to show you? Oh, this is important. So the attribution for this, so you can download a PDF version of these lyrics, especially if you go in and you type in everything and all that sort of stuff, and maybe you get some help from HitStation or not, that attribution or effectively ownership, right? Back in the day, we used to do what was called a poor man's, we used to do what was called a poor man's copyright, where, you know, you would take the work, mail it to yourself, certified mail, and never open it. Because what does that give you? It gives you a date and time stamp. When people call me, they don't know I'm live. Maybe I should have gone to silent. That's on me. All right, so this has got to be finished any minute now. Um, but anyway, having that attribution, and if there's other people who contribute, you can actually add additional names. But you have that document. We create an ID for it. You have that date and timestamp. So this is when this work was created. So, all right, so we're just hanging out for a minute here and letting this finish. It is Sunday morning. I started to do like something, religious, praise and worshipy. We got some of that music too, just to show you like you really could create with just these two tools. You can create the music that is like the soundtrack of your life if you wanted to. Anyway, all right. So the first one is done. I can already see it's a little long, but figured that it might be just because the lyrical palette. This is a lot of words. But anyway, let's take a listen to the first version of this, see if we like it at all.
Stay as you are. Don't change. Moonlight on your face, silent in the burn. Everything about you pulls me apart. Every word you say, I memorize the signs.
Mhm.
Loving you was wrong, I never want it right. Hands on my heart, you're the heat of my veins. I'm lost in a one that feels the same. Just one love, and I'm undone. You don't have to try. Every moment, you're mine. Don't change, don't fade, baby. I need you
All right, let's
tonight.
get through the chorus.
Don't change, stay this way with me. Perfect in your flaws, I believe. Don't change, you're my gravity. Hold me close, it's all I crave. Don't change. Midnight confessions.
All right, so that's getting us into the second verse. So that's just the first version. Let's go ahead and listen to the second one. I can tell you from a producer perspective, and this is this new trend with these pre-choruses. I think that they just make the songs long sometimes. It's a lot to do. So if I were again, I could go in here and just take that out, regen it, and get two new versions. But you can see if you listen to the original foundational track that I provided it, it's doing that. So that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, let's hear the second one.
Stay as you are.
This stuff is insane. It
Don't
really is.
change. Moonlight on your face, silent and dark. Everything about you pulls me apart. Every word you say, I memorize the sound. If loving you is wrong, I never want it right. Here's on my heart, you're the heat in my veins. I'm lost in the want, nothing feels the same. Just one look, and I'm undone. You don't have to try. Every moment you're mine. Don't change. Stay this way with me. Perfect in your flaws.
So what I'll say is I think it's listenable. I mean, Joey, what do you think? I know you're on. I think it just kind of flows. If you notice while I was doing that, I took out the pre-chorus. So one, I just want the song shorter, and I guess maybe I'm a little old school. We ain't grow up on all these pre-choruses, or even the intro. So I took out the intro and I took out the pre-chorus. So I know we're going to be able to maintain sort of the groove. What I want to do is actually to be able to condense it and make it even simpler. Why? Because, the listening public doesn't know how to listen anymore. So you got to keep things really simple for them. Just short attention spans. So, but I think that this embedded in an album, like if this, like we kind of did with Amina going into the holidays, um, you know, well, I think it would fit. Yeah, I like the second one better too. But let's see what these other versions are that come up. And like you can go through this. Like if you look at something I worked on yesterday with an old tune of mine, this is uploaded. I went through 4 or 5 of those. At some point we need to go back and clean those up. But I can live with either one of these. I like the second one better. And I could go in studio and edit it down, and it doesn't have to be 4 minutes and 29 seconds. But I just want to see how we now can transition from the verse directly into the hook without the pre-chorus sort of thingy. So this is me. I'm trying to think, is there anything else in Hit Station I can show you? We don't build complex tools. We like things that just get to the point and solve the problem. Um, but again, this vocal recommendations piece, I can copy this out if I wanted to bring that over. And again, just more guidance, but it's saying this could be for male or female. If it's a guy, tenor, if it's females, alto, vocal style, smooth, breathy, falsetto, which you hear in the tune, and then the reference artist, right? Now, which is interesting, right? Because we don't do anything in Suno to reinforce that, but it is built into the methodology. All right. So yeah, so we reduced the size a little bit. All right, let's see what we got here on this one. A tool for the intentional. Oh, I heard that little. I heard that.
Light on your face, silent in the dark.
And track this to the lyrics.
Everything about you pulls me apart. Every word you say, I memorize the sound. If loving you is wrong, I never want it right. Hands on my heart, you're the heat in my veins. I'm lost in the warm, nothing feels the same. Just one look and I'm undone. Don't change, stay this way with me. Perfect in your flaws, I believe. Don't change, you're my gravity. Hold me close, it's all I pray. Don't change, stay as you are.
So I so listening to it, I think that the verse has a line and a half longer because notice how it had to string that out to space it to get to the hook. It's not bad though. Oh, I like that.
All light on your face, silent in the dark. Everything about you pulls me apart. Every word you say, I memorize the sound. If loving you's wrong, I never want it right. Hands on my heart, you're the heat in my veins. I'm lost in the one, nothing feels the same. Just one look and one done. Don't change, stay this way with me. Perfect in your flaws, I believe.
Maybe I like this one.
Don't change, you're my gravity. Hold me close, it's all I crave. Don't change, stay as you are. Midnight confession, finger on my.
All right, so there we have it. Let me get back to this. So yeah, that's the process. Joel, I like what you said that like Hit Station is a tool for the intentional, right? So like you need to write all your lyrics. Do I? Clearly not. And if again, if I'm really trying to find empathy and compassion for the people who absolutely hate this. But if you think that this just started, you'd be fooling yourself, right? So I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But like you said, for the intentional, what if the person's not a writer, but they have great musical ideas? This just speaks. Well, they should get with a writer, right? But that's why in this space, as we move into this deeper into this AI created music, right, where it is the primary tool, I think that poets are going to kill, right? Zania Monet, poet. I mean, people I know that write and have that sort of thing going on with them will destroy this and emerge as really the people who are moving the needle because they got the bars, if you will, right? Some people have just like books and books and books and books full of that. And now let's keep it a buck, and then we'll get off here. That if those people went to someone and said, you know, help me, put music to my. We've seen this happen so many times, whether it's poetry or a song, even getting the attention of people who have the ability. It's been hard to do. It's been expensive. They've been unreliable. They've been untrustworthy in a lot of situations. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot. And now they don't have to be held captive by any of that, and they can just create and bring life to their ideas, their musings, right? Which is the root of the word music. To muse is to provoke thought, right? To emote, and that's all we're doing here. So anyway, I wanted to show that. I know that it was not the best production yesterday. I don't know that today was much better, but at least um I could coexist with the music and not cut one off. I didn't realize I was doing that. What's up, Cooney? You need to give me a call, man. It's been like I feel like 18 years since I've spoken to you. I really want to get your opinion about what's happening with this AI space. Like I said, we're in here just being disruptors, but really just again creating these easy buttons. Man, I could go through here and just create songs all day. So I could just have a factory lyrics. So let's say I took these lyrics, but then I wanted it done in country. I I could I could do that, right? I could just change this into a country song and the way that it gets delivered um, is going to come out a little bit different, right? So I could take a theme, take a set of lyrics, and I could just kick out multiple versions of that song across all of these, right? Of course, one of my favorites is Neo Soul, which you can kind of see that the definitions change. So I'm loving the power of this. Um, the women's word. Oh wow. Yeah. So um, yeah, but imagine that though. You have a thought, you get a great lyric, and then you could produce versions of that across all the different genres and just see what you get. Like this is crazy. This is untold power. But let me just say this, the tools that we use, that I use to build applications like this, because this really is only a few hours of my time to do this. And this will be available, right? We have just have to figure out the pricing for it. We think it's going to be in that somewhere between $20 and $29 a month. That's usually a marker for us, which will allow you to create, I don't know, 100 songs a month or something like that. Well, we got to figure that out. If you got suggestions on that, I'm listening. But again, the tools that we use to build these things are AI tools that we prompt our way into being able to create what you're seeing here. Um, Simple, eh, doable, yes, not always simple, but this has become a primary skill for myself and my partners at Optivist Business Solutions. So, anyway, that's it, folks. I'm going to drop off here. It's time for a cup of coffee because wherever you are, it's later for me probably. It's 9:37 a.m. because I'm sitting in Puerto Rico. So, hey, where I've been. Like I need a haircut and everything. I'm gonna have to find one of the essays. You know, man, got this, man. Yeah, man, do it. Hit me around. Just hit me later. I was thinking about going to play golf. I haven't done that in over a month, but it's more than likely I'll be just sitting here watching football or something. So, all right, y'all. Peace. Hey, pass this around. I need to know what people are thinking about this. If you think they'll love it or hate it, we don't care. Get it out there because we're going to release this week. This will be the time to jump on it. All right.